Zeus Pitney, aka Children of Zeus review. Let's go. So last weekend I went to the Children of Zeus show at the Southbank Centre here in London, and the first thing I gotta say is I'm embarrassed to say this, but it was the first time that I was seeing Children of Zeus perform live. Very, very embarrassing to say that, given that I have pretty much everything that they've put out on vinyl. I've even got Hard Work on 7, and this is all a testament to. I say this to give an example of just how much I rate Children of Zeus, because when it comes to new music, I'm happy to have most new music as a good quality MP3. You know what I mean? But there is some music that is just so impactful to me and just hits me so hard that if it's available on vinyl, I have to have it on vinyl. It's not enough for me to just have it as a good quality MP3 download from the artist Bandcamp or wherever. I need that on vinyl, and I've got pretty much everything that Children of Zeus have put out on vinyl because their music is that good to me. Nevertheless, the stars had just never aligned before last weekend for me to be able to go and see them live. So when I saw the date announced and those tickets were available, and I checked my diary, and I wasn't DJing or playing out anywhere, I wasn't doing sound system anywhere, I wasn't live streaming anywhere, I was free, I jumped on those tickets quick. So went there last weekend to check them out. They did 2 shows, an earlier show in the afternoon and then a 9 o'clock show in the evening. I went to the 9 o'clock show, and it was in the Queen Elizabeth Hall at the Southbank Centre, for those who are familiar with the Southbank Centre. And the Queen Elizabeth Hall was packed front to back, and I mean packed, front row right to the back. Yeah, which obviously was a good look. Sound quality. I always talk about sound quality in my reviews because you should know by now that I'm really passionate about good quality, high quality sound. As a sound man, the sound man in me must have good quality sound. And the sound on the night for the show was great. It was really, really good, very clear. I heard everything from Children of Zeus themselves to all of the band members, particularly when they got to shine and do their own thing, and the backing singers as well. Sound quality was really, really good. Although I'm going to come back to sound later on towards the end of this review. So stick up here, I'm going to come back to that. But for now, sound was really good. Production. The production of the show was minimal, and what I mean by that is there was no frills. It was no frills, sorry. You know what I mean? So it was literally just them, Children of Zeus, the band, and the backing singers on stage. That's it. There was no sexy backdrop, there was no big lighting, animated nothing, no dancers, no none of that. And to be honest, I am glad that's exactly how it was. That's what I expected, and that's what I wanted. If it had been all singing and dancing in the background, to me, I think I would have been a bit confused, because that's not what I know Children of Zeus to be about, and I don't think it would have fit with them or their brand. And it probably would have just been a distraction, to be honest. So it was minimal, and I'm glad it was that, and I think that's what it should have been, and it worked for them. Some people might like the whole singing and dancing, whatever going on in the background, but for me, that minimalist production was perfect for them and for this show and this performance. I must also say that although the production was minimal, the lighting, I have to give props to the woman who I saw doing the lighting. The lighting was excellent, spectacular, and the woman who was doing the lighting did a really good job, because the lighting really complemented the moments and the energy in the room that them and the band and the backing singers were creating. Yeah, have to give special salute and props to whoever did the lighting. Performances. So I got to be honest, a big part of the reason why I wanted to go and see Children of Zeus live is because I was curious. And I was curious about one thing, something in particular. I was curious to know or to find out if Tyler had it live as well as he does in the studio. We all know that some artists just can't bring it live in the same way that they can on the record.
So you want to know if I can sing live, do you? Bastard, I'll show you.
It's like he took his voice and just went across my mouth and says, "How dare you? How you doubt me? How dare you?" He absolutely had it live. Not only does he really have it live, I'm still debating whether or not he is, and I'm leaning more towards the fact that he is one of those really special ones that has it even more when they perform live than they do in the studio. And that's rare, that's a special one. So he answered that question in emphatic fashion. Tyler is amazing. I know some of you will be like, yeah, we knew this already. Yeah, you got to see them before. This was my first time, allow me. So Tyler was absolutely amazing. Connie did a fantastic job as well, not just in partnering with Tyler, but also in leading the hosting of the event of the evening. Particular respect and salute to Connie for making the time to big up Carl McIntosh, who apparently was in the room, and he made time to really give honorage to Loose Ends as a group and as a collective, and just spoke on the influence and impact that they had on them, their music and their careers, And so I really have to salute Connie for doing that, because there are generations of artists who have been positively influenced by Loose Ends, but not enough of them say it publicly. You know what I mean? I'm sure many of them will say it in their circles or in their yards or wherever in their studios, but I don't really hear enough people, in my opinion, give that honorage to Loose Ends publicly. You know what I mean? So major salute to Connie for making the time to give that honorage to Carl and to Loose Ends as a collective, and just speak about how much they have been a positive influence on them and their music. I really had to respect that. In terms of performances still, let me stay with performances. The band, let me just speak very briefly on the band. Now, I'm so sorry I forget the name of the band, or the collective that the band was from, but the band members all looked really quite young. But don't get it twisted, none of them skipped a beat, none of them missed a trick, none of them missed a thing. Every one of them was on point. And the backing in fact, especially the drummer, I was particularly impressed with the drummer, because they went into a little Shy FX moment, man, a drum and bass moment, and the drummer kept up. I was very, very impressed. The drummer kept up and kept time, even when they went into that Shy FX moment, that little drum and bass moment. Very, very impressed. But all of the band members were magnificent. The backing singers also very young, but also were fantastic and gave a fantastic account, a wonderful account of themselves as well. They were brilliant, all of them. There were no weak links in this chain, no weak links at all. Now, to what I didn't like so much. There wasn't very much that I didn't like, to be honest. The one main thing that kind of got on my nerves a little bit was that the Queen Elizabeth Hall is a seated room. And all night I was just in my seat, and I really wanted to just free up myself and just get up, and do you know what I mean? And yeah, I didn't feel I could really do, well, obviously you couldn't really do that. So that was my main annoyance and frustration, I guess, is that it was all seated and I was just all night. And I could see other heads in the room were doing the thing, even the same thing. Even though I was quite close to the front, there were other heads in front of me I could see were just bopping in their seats all night as well. So I really wish it had been a standing space where we could have all just been free to just, you know what I mean, just bop the way that we really wanted to. And the other thing that, I would have wanted differently, and this is really personal to me, because this is the sound man in me talking now. The sound man in me talking. They did an encore and they came back out to hard work. In fact, I should talk about the seated thing. When they came back out to hard work, they did an encore and they came back out to hard work. You see, when people heard the first note of hard work, everybody said, yo, fuck this sitting down shit. Everybody get up. And everybody just shot up out of their seats, bro. And who didn't want to sit down had to get up. Who didn't want to stand up had to get up, because everybody else was now standing up in front of them. And it was a beautiful moment. It was a beautiful moment. As soon as they came back out and people heard hard work, everybody just sprung up. And it was wonderful to hear the whole place singing the words to hard work. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moment. Leads me to my next point about hard work. Now, the sound man in me, when I hear that tune, hard work, I want to hear it. Honestly, I want to hear that tune on a proper sound system. Proper sound system. That's how I want to hear hard work, and obviously we didn't get this, that experience. However, I have to send respect once again to Connie, because even though they didn't have a proper big sound system in there, like, Soul Man sound system, he did bring that energy. So again, big respect to Connie. The best part of the Children of Zeus show was this. When Connie said, the new album soon done. The new album is almost finished. It is almost here. That to me was like the best thing I heard all night. I'm so been waiting for a new album from them, and apparently it's almost here. So that was like top for the night. Overall, I had a wonderful night. It was an amazing performance by them, by all of them. The Zeus pitted them, the band members, the backing singers, all of them. There were no weak links. Sound engineer, lighting, everything was wonderful. I give the night overall a 9.5 out of 10. The only reason I take if it was just the performances alone, I would give it a 10 out of 10. The only reason I take a half mark is because of the seating issue, that frustration there. But other than that, it was a thoroughly, I totally, fully enjoyed myself on this night. And my Zeus Pitney christening was a joyous one. It really was. All right, that's my review for now of Children of Zeus at the Southbank Centre. I'm totally looking forward to seeing them again. Can't wait to see them perform live again, and I definitely can't wait to hear the new album and add that to my vinyl collection, which reminds me of the vexation I had when I got home and realised that I'd, like a damn jackass, I didn't bring one of my vinyl for the man them to sign. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you check out these reviews, and all my future content is coming on my new YouTube channel, Maurice aka DJ Croc on YouTube. That's where I'm going to be posting most of my reviews from now, full-length reviews, so check them over there. Until the next one, stay blessed. Peace.